Welcome to IBM Support TV, where we answer questions and share technical support information, hints and tips on IBM products.
Hello, welcome to this short presentation on Object Server External Actions. The example discussed is for Netcool Omnibus 8.1 on Windows 7. The simplest way to run NCO pad on Windows is to use the -authenticate none option. The process automation settings are configured in the Object Server's properties file, with any password being encrypted using the nco_g_crypt command. The default PA username is root. This user is an operating system username and password. The default process automation configuration file is nco_pa.conf. In there, set the process automation's name nco_pa, for example. Check the Object Server service is set to master and is auto-started. For testing, use the -authenticate none option, set in the -config file and -names options. If the system was not rebooted after the installation of Netcool Omnibus, reboot the system. Run NCO pad from the command line before installing it as a service. Take the SQL for creating the send_mail procedure from the automations.sql file found in the OmniHome etc directory. Modify the SQL as required and then execute the SQL using the SQL workbench in the administration tool. Create the nco_mail.batch script with the required arguments in the specified directory. Arguments are single strings. In the example, only summary is allowed to be a multiple set of strings. Logging the variables to a log file allows the batch script to be debugged. Test that the custom sendmail procedure works by running it from the SQL workbench using a set of example parameters. Check the values are set correctly in the debugging log file. Create a copy of the mail_on_critical trigger and modify it to call the custom sendmail procedure. Ensure that the trigger only runs the procedure once, which is done using the grade field in the default trigger. Insert a test event that will cause the newly created trigger to fire and run the custom sendmail procedure. Check that the grade field was set to 2. Check that there is a new entry in the procedures debug log file and that the parameters are correct. Sometimes problems are experienced during the configuration process. The main Netcool Omnibus logs are the process automation log file nco_pa.log and the Object Server log file ncoms.log. Always make sure the latest fix pack is installed to prevent running into known issues. Use standard testing methods. Double check settings such as a new trigger is enabled and that the default trigger is disabled. You can reset the test event by updating the grade field using SQL in the SQL workbench. This will cause the trigger to fire again and execute the procedure. Use Netcool Omnibus debug message level login if further diagnosis is required.
Thanks for watching this episode of IBM Support TV. Please leave a comment with topics you would like to see in future episodes. Until then, stay tuned.